But first, if you were to be a golfer,
Yeah.
fully playing professional
Yes.
or recreational,
Yes.
as we
Yes.
all have, worst golf injury, they take you out, and do you think that you won't really be able to come back, maybe ever, or won't be able to recover, except for lower back? Is it like a tour or something? Like, what would you think it would be?
Well, what I would go with is what we both know is let's just go with the statistics. If we go online and we look at the statistics, and you go to even TPI, the number one injury, and nobody even comes close, is lower back pain.
Right.
So I think what's probably more relevant is still, what's the number one injury? What's the origin of it? How do we fix it? How do we prevent it? And in most cases, keep your fingers crossed, but it's not surgical. It's not a skeletal issue. It's something that can be worked out. Basically with training. So that's the other thing. In a lot of cases, training can actually trump surgery. I mean, we've actually seen where discs are out of whack, and through the proper training, we can get them realigned again, even without having surgery. So even that's kind of a big deal out there as well.
Yeah. So that was kind of your question, but what you were saying about earlier about the mechanics.
Yes.
So I did kind of understand, how you can teach someone to swing pad, not be so emphasized in the lower back, or
Right.
to use it correctly. Since I didn't do much research on that, I would say if you could explain that a little more. That'd be great.
Yeah.
I'll see
So
you brought some notes about it. So
what I did is I tried to accumulate some stuff for you and educate myself as well.
My money's on that guy. But all you need is the one that fits your speed. Man, you look great. And you look familiar too.
So what I did, and you can use whatever you want, but what I did is I had 3 categories for you. So I said lower back injury inducing swing mechanics. So, this is TPI stuff, so this is legit. So what you need to do is just understand what this is. But the question would be is, what lower back injuries, what's the origin? There's 1, 2, 3, there's 5 lower back injuries, and these are the 5 origins of why we get them. Okay, so an S posture, and what I'll do is, this is going to tell you what it is, but I'm going to tell you what S posture is to begin with. So S posture is when somebody, especially the kids, when they set up to the ball and they stick their butt out, and that's when their lower back it's concave. So what's the origin of that? That means they're not engaging their core. So if you take your belly button and you just engage your core, then all of a sudden it doesn't have that dish in the back of the back. Okay, so that would be S posture, and you can take it to more depth right here. Okay, reverse spine angle. Okay, so a reverse spine angle, what that would be is if you just took a spine angle in a golf swing as an example, in a golf swing. Well, if everybody's loading up on the right, then the spine angle should be leaning away from the target, right? So if you took somebody that, I don't know, had their weight on the left side, and the spine angle is leaning towards the target, so it's leaning in the wrong direction, right? That's a crunch. Fair? Okay. Early, and you can read this. Early extension. Early extension. That's a body attitude where if you were in address and you bent from the waist, we would call that extension. Like when you bend from your hip girdles. Okay. Early extension would be is pre-impact, is when somebody stands up.
Oh.
Okay. Okay. And this is in here for you. Okay?
Yeah.
Restricted right leg on the follow through. That's the number one thing I see out here. So what this means, and you can read this, you don't have to remember this, restricted right leg follow through. This would be the guy on the range or the person that's playing golf that looks like they're flat-footed. So it's the baseball swing.
Okay.
Yeah, so they look flat-footed. So if somebody's right foot is planted on the ground and they're playing like this, that would be the origin of lower back compression. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I can relate to that.
Okay, so then this actually leads to this. So if I'm a little flat-footed and my weight's tilting back and I've got lower back compression, The reverse C is actually the curvature of the spine at impact. Okay? So if I get better footwork and I'm getting off my right side and we finish, it doesn't look like it's in a C. We're back in what we call neutral joint alignment.